The next set of formulas are for my negative angles. Negative angles are nothing but rotation of my axis or rotation of my ray in the clockwise direction. So I have considered OP dash as my new arc which is moved in the clockwise direction with an angle or magnitude of theta, and so my angle becomes a minus theta. Because of symmetry, the coordinate of this point will be x comma minus y. So if I want to consider the first equation, that is for sine of minus theta. Now whenever you have to get a sine of a theta, you are going to consider the y coordinate of that point. So for sine of minus theta, I will consider the y coordinate of the point on the circle. So I am getting it as minus y. But if you can recollect, my y was nothing but it was for my sine theta of the angle which had moved in the positive sense. So that is why I get the first relation, that is sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. The second relation is for my cos of minus theta. So cos, as you can recollect, it is the x coordinate of the point on the circle. So cos theta is cos theta, that is cos of an angle, will be the x coordinate of the point which is lying on the circle. So that is why my cos of minus theta will be equal to the x coordinate of the point on the circle. X was the answer for the cos theta for a positive angle. So that is why my cos of minus theta has the answer of cos theta. So I have got these two relations. I can now derive the other relations, that is for tan of minus theta. So tan of minus theta is nothing but a sine of minus theta divided by cos of minus theta. That gives me a minus sine theta, if you just see above, divided by cos theta, which gets me the answer of minus tan theta. So that is why my tan of minus theta gets me the answer of minus tan theta. If you prove and go in the similar way, I can prove that cosec of minus theta will get me the answer of minus cosec theta. Sec of minus theta will get me the answer of sec theta, and cot of minus theta will get me the answer of minus cot theta. So these are the formulas for negative angles. If we see our Cartesian coordinate system, depending on the angle where it is lying, the values of my trigonometric functions will be positive or negative depending on that. So if my angle is lying in the first quadrant, then all the trigonometric functions will have a positive sign. That is, all the trigonometric functions will be giving me a positive answer. In the second quadrant, my cos theta and sec theta will give me a positive answer. Rest of the remaining trigonometric functions will give me a negative answer. In the third quadrant, I get tan theta and cot theta to give me a positive answer. Rest will give me a negative answer. And finally, the fourth quadrant, I will get my sine theta and cosec theta to get me a positive answer, and the remaining will be a negative answer. So for the reason for this to happen is lies on the circle itself. If you just observe the coordinates of the point in my first quadrant of the circle, it will be both of them will be a positive value. Since my x coordinate represents my cos term and the y coordinate represents the sine term, since sine and cos are both of them positive, the other remaining trigonometric functions are also positive. In the second quadrant, I will be having the x coordinate as positive and the y coordinate as negative. That means my cos is positive but my sine is negative. So that is why, since sine is negative, tan becomes also negative, because tan is nothing but sine by cos, which gives me a negative because cos is positive and sine is negative. That gives me a cot as negative, and since sine is related to cosec, my cosec also becomes a negative. My cos is positive and the related one, that is sec, also becomes positive. In the third quadrant, we have both of them as negative, that is, I am having both the coordinates as negative. So that is why my sine, cos and the related sec, cosec have a negative value, but tan and cot, which are the ratios of sine and cos, since both of them are negative, they turn out to be positive. So my tan and cot are positive in this quadrant. If you observe the fourth quadrant, I am having the my x coordinate as negative and the y coordinate as positive. So that is why my cos is negative and my sine is positive. So since sine is positive, my cosec is also positive. Apart from there, at the point of axis, you can understand these coordinates are going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1, 0 and 0, minus 1. So that is why if I want to find what is the value of cos 0, my cos 0, my angle is 0, so that gives me cos 0 having value 1. My sine 0 will get me from this y coordinate, that is 0. If I go for 90 degrees or pi by 2, then the point is 0, 1. So that is why for a cos pi by 2 I will have the value 0, and for sine pi by 2 I will have the value 1. If I go further into the negative x-axis, I will have the value as minus 1, 0. So that is why I am having my cos as negative and my sine as 0. If you come for the negative y-axis, you will be seeing that my angle is basically for a 270 degrees or a 3 pi by 2. So for 3 pi by 2, that is for cos of 3 pi by 2, I will be having the answer as 0, and for sine of 3 pi by 2, I will have the answer as minus 1. If I make the full circle, that is go till here, the angle becomes 2 pi or 360, and again the value becomes a cos. For cos of 2 pi, I will have the value 1, and sine of 2 pi, I will have the value 0. This I can go on and on along the circle and get the values in the repeated fashion. Since we have already discussed with my trigonometric functions, since they are functions, they have to have a domain and a range. Now, definition of domain in very simple way means that they are the set of values which the function can take in without giving a non-defined or an infinite answer. So basically they are all the values which the function can take without giving a non-defined value. So for sine and cos, my domain is nothing but the real axis. If I pick up any number from my real axis and give it to this functions, I will get some of the other values. There is no point in it where I will get a non-defined value from it. I go to the next function, which is tan. Now tan, as you can recollect, it is nothing but sine upon cos. If you can see that cos can have the values as 0, and since division by 0 becomes a non-defined thing, or it basically means that it is infinity, so that is why tan cannot have those particular values at which my cos becomes a 0. If you can see that cos was becoming zeros at the pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 and all those terms. So that is why my tan can have all those values in the real system except the values which are from 2n plus 1 pi by 2. So if I put n where n is belonging to set of integers. So if I am having n as 0, the first value which will be not present in this system will be pi by 2. If I have n as 1, then it will be 3 pi by 2 and so on. So these are the values which tan cannot take. Next we will see about cosec. Now cosec is nothing but 1 by sine. So obviously I have to see the set of values for which sine becomes 0. If you can recollect from the circle, sine was getting 0 at angle 0, angle pi, 2 pi and so on. So basically my cosec cannot have all those terms for which my sine becomes 0. So sine will become 0 for the values of n pi, where n is my whole number. Or I can also define it in this way, where n minus 1 of pi, and where n is belonging to set of integers. For my sec theta, I can recollect that it is 1 by cos. So I have to avoid all the values which makes the cos 0. So that is why for this my will be defined as, last one is for my cot. Cot is nothing but cos by sine. So I have to avoid all the values for which my sine becomes 0. So these becomes my domain for the trigonometric functions. Let us see the range of trigonometric functions. So range is nothing but the values which I obtain from that particular function. For sine and cos, the range is defined between -1 and 1. Since they are the ratios of the side upon the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is the largest side in a right angle triangle, so this ratio will always lie between -1 and 1. For tan theta, the values can be the whole set of real numbers. The tan theta can be having any set of values from the real number system. Cosec theta will have the range as the whole set of real values except the values which are between -1 and 1. The reason for this is because my sine theta is basically between 1 and -1. So that is why it is a fractional value which I will be getting from my sine. So since it is a fractional value which is less than 1, I will get always a value which will be greater than 1 from it. Same goes for sec, and again cot will be the whole set of ranges in the real value. Next topic is periodic function. Now periodic functions are those set of functions which over a period of time or over a period repeats themselves. Periodic functions are defined by this equation, wherein my f of x plus p is equal to f of x. Over here my p basically is defined as the period or the time elapsed or the duration elapsed between the previous point and the next point at which I am calculating the value of the function. So f of x plus p will be equal to f of x is the definition or the rudimentary thing to define whether the function is a periodic or not. If in this my p has a least value, that is the least value for which I am getting this condition satisfied, then that p is called as the period of that function. So basically period of a function means it is the amount of time after which, or the minimum amount of time after which the function is going to repeat itself. All the trigonometric functions are basically periodic function in nature. The reason being that you can see from the circle which we had drawn that my sine was again getting a value 0 after the whole cyclic order. My cos was also getting a value 1 after the whole cyclic order. So that is the reason why all the trigonometric functions are basically my periodic functions. My sine has a period of 2 pi, that is if it goes around the whole circle, then my sine repeats itself. For cos it is again 2 pi. For tan it is half of the circle, that is pi radians. So if I go a pi radian ahead, then I will get a repetition in the values of tan. So is my values for cosec and sec are having the period 2 pi, and my cot has a value of pi, just like my tan. So this can be generalized by saying that my sine and cos and cosec and sec has a repetition after every 2n pi, and my tan and cot has a repetition after every n pi. Now next set of formulas are very important set of formulas. These are my angle addition and subtraction formulas for sine and cos. So if I want to find what is cos theta plus phi, it is simply you have to remember as cos theta cos phi minus sine theta sine phi. We will be not discussing the derivation part of it. It can be seen in your reference books which you are referring. We are just going to mention what are the formulas over here. So this has a value, cos theta plus cos phi has this set of value. If I want to find the subtraction between the two angles, it will be cos theta cos phi, the same terms, only the sign changes over here. So what you have to remember, when it is a plus value, it will give a negative sign in the between, and if it is a negative value, it will give you a plus value. So basically for a cos of addition and subtraction, the terms involved are cos and sine of the angles. If it is a plus, it gives a minus. If it is a minus, it gives a plus. Let's go and see for my sine. So a sine of addition of two angles will give me a sine theta cos phi plus sine phi cos theta. So if you can observe my sine addition, it is nothing but a combination of the angles with the trigonometric function. So I am giving for sine theta and then cos phi, and I am giving changing the angles between them. And in this case I am having the sign as positive in between. So if I am having a negative, that is subtraction of the angles, then in that case I will be having a subtraction over here. So from this itself I have learnt my 4 different formulas of trigonometry. These set of formulas are important because they will be useful in getting the values for my allied angles also. Now tan of theta plus phi is the next formula which we are going to see. It has a value of tan theta plus tan phi divided by 1 minus tan theta tan phi. If you have a minus, then you will have a minus over here and a positive sign over here. So this is a formula which you get. You can derive this formula from these set of formulas, and that can be a self-study for you. You can just check it out. So I am having my tan theta plus minus phi will be tan theta plus minus tan phi, 1 minus plus tan theta tan phi. Thank you for watching our videos. If you have any doubts, please do share in the comment section. For information on us, you can go and look it in the about page. It will also give you the schedule of the videos which will be coming up in the month. Do like and share and subscribe our channel. This will help us make more videos like this on different topics. Do watch videos on other topics also. Thank you and keep learning.